brings up the Scroobius squad for this one. How's everyone looking?
Good, very good. Now Callum Slattery has been in full training this week. Obviously he's been out for a while now, so he still has a little bit of catching up to do, but he's looking really good and excited. So it's great to have him back. The long-term injuries are following their programs and are looking good. So all positive.
How do you reflect on the weekend? Does it still hurt?
When you bring it up, maybe a little bit, but we try to move on. We can't do anything more about the game than look at are there any patterns we need to, anything like recurring that we need to look into, and I think the bottom line of that is that there are things we cannot control that will sometimes not go our way. And the answer to that is, or how do we deal with that, is that it's not going to stop us going where we want to go. It might set us back a week or create a little bump on the road, but it's not going to stop us. And then there are things that we can control and that we have to improve. I think there's a lot of things to be really excited and positive about. Where we are right now as a football club, and then there are still enough things to improve and to do even better to make sure that we over time will get the results that we feel we're a little bit short of, but we also know that they will come if we sharpen up some things. And we've conceded in general a little bit too many goals. We've scored in the 18 games that we have played as a group, that's friendlies, it's League Cup, it's league games included. We've scored in 16 out of these 18 games. So we're a team that can score goals and create chances, and we will score more goals when we get even sharper. Now we've won 9 of these games, and 7 of them we've had a clean sheet. So the big thing for us as a group going forward is to be even more effective defensively as well, not just scoring more goals, but be stronger and more disciplined, sharper, and just better individually and as a group in terms of taking the moments around the game and really look after them, make sure we don't give away more goals than we have to. And that's something that we have been working on, and now we've kind of enhanced that focus during this week because it is extremely important for us. If we get better at that, I think there's even more wins for us out there.
When you strip it back, James, is it a mentality issue?
No. I don't think it's a mentality issue. We're so early. We're trying to create a style where we really invest a lot in going forward, a lot of energy, a lot of bodies going forward, which means that sometimes we end up in some open situations, and then it's about recognizing as a team individually when will these open situations lead into something dangerously the other way. And that's where we need everyone to see that every time and get that right, and that's not easy in football. So it's just about finding that balance, the right balance in what we're doing in not just all phases but also all moments. And I think every team is struggling with that. And then sometimes in periods you get punished hard, and sometimes you don't. But no matter if we get punished or not for the small mistakes we make here and there, we still need to try and improve, and that's what we've been working hard on, and especially this week leading into a big game on Saturday.
In terms of the points you've lost from winning positions, obviously that the league would look a lot better if that had been you'd avoided that. Is there a kind of trait that you can see? I know every game is different, but is there, for Saturday for instance, if the players that played the way they had in the first half, do you feel that's the key to keep going the way you're playing rather than trying to change things?
Yeah, look, it's easy to see the difference of our performance when you look at the first 20-30 minutes of second half. Compare that to first half. I think more it's about handling a situation where you actually have a lead and being more in control of that game instead of opening it up completely. So it's about like individual decision making in specific situation that will help the team, and that's something we're discussing every time, and especially after this game, how to deal with that phase better. And then it's also about when you get the moments to score the second or the third, you have to take them. And again, recognize the moments where there's danger coming before it's too late. And then you can easily say, well, we don't spend much time analyzing our position in the league because it doesn't make sense at all. We review either decisions or a few actions of our own, short of being right where our performances and our underlying data shows where we are or should have put us. So it's a waste of time analyzing that. Now we'll do that when the league is somewhere in the spring, and when the league is over.
Just last week, the Hibs boss David Gray was bemoaning his sides the amount of draws that Hibs had, but he felt that once it was clicks, they would punish a team quite heavily, which they did against Livingston. Is that your belief as well with this group of players, that once it does click,
maybe, but I think it's not just about then suddenly getting all the stuff out of the bottle in one go, and then okay, you think no, job's done. It's about being able to do that every week and be efficient, because what's it worth then suddenly winning 5-0? Everyone thinks now the job's done, and then you struggle next week again. It's about doing that consistently, and you do that by trying to take the little moments in the game and just improving that, so your efficiency over time gets better, and not just in one game. We want to be a team that increases our chances of winning a lot of games within a season, and that starts with all the little moments that we get them even better. And there were some, especially some individual performances that dropped too much last game, which made it really, really difficult for us to control the game in the second half.
have you had any feedback? Obviously a couple of really contentious decisions last week. I know the game's going, but have you had any feedback from the powers that be on?
Yeah, there are some people who in the club who have been in contact, and I would say nothing of what I've seen again, watching it again, or have heard from even more clever people than me around the rule book, has led me to calling in Ibi to my office and say, I need you to do something else in that situation. I will tell him any day of the week that he should do the same thing, and then we'll just hope that it will go our way next time. I expect it to do, and that's it basically.
Have they admitted they got the decision wrong, firstly? Like the powers that be?
Look, what's being said and between these conversations is not for me to talk about here. But as I said, there's nothing that has led me to tell the players that they should do something different in that situation.
You've obviously coached in several different countries. I just wonder how you feel Scotland is adapting VAR and how we use it. What's your reflections, having been, in the Danish league and whatnot?
Yeah, that's very difficult and very, very early for me to conclude anything about. I know it would be really nice to get a really good controversial comment from me, especially after a game where we feel the decisions have not, or they have clearly not gone our way or the way you would expect. Now I've been in Denmark, I've been in Czechia, I've also been in Sweden where there's no VAR, and now I'm here. And all countries have their differences in terms of how the football culture is, which also affects the way the game is being refereed and the desired decisions are being made to an extent. and that's something that I'm trying to also get used to, and not spend too much energy on, because it is beyond our control. We are trying to build something here that will not, and it will not be stopped by things that we cannot control.
Can I just say, you mentioned your time in Sweden. Obviously, there was a shock league triumph from Melby this season. I think fans of smaller clubs from around the world will take a wee bit of hope from that. Is there things that, from what you know of them and from Swedish League, there's things that teams like Motherwell and others can learn from what Melby have done?
I think a lot of teams can learn from what not just Melby have done, but also there's good clubs in Denmark who've done that as well. FC Nordsjælland, who's built a club. I know they've had also foreign investment over time, but they started with an approach that was very different from the traditional Danish approach, and have built the club from nothing. Bodø Glimt, who's now in the Champions League, they in 2017 they were in the second league, or was it 2016? I don't remember, but they were in the second league. They went up. They formed a new identity and finished 11th in the first season. From then on, they've won the championship four times and finished second all the other time. Been in Europa League, done well. Now they're in the Champions League. Built the club from nothing. So obviously, there's a lot of clubs to look at, to be inspired by. We're trying to do it our way, but obviously there are some things that we can look at that other teams have done with success, that if we are consistent enough and we stay on track and we don't let little things disturb us and stop us, then we are positive and optimistic about the future here.